Well, g'day travellers, and welcome back to another episode of We Went That Away Adventures. And we're in the Abercrombie River National Park. We're going to have a go at camping out of Izzy for the first time. And Abercrombie River has got some of the steepest four-wheel drive trails in New South Wales. So we're going to have a bit of fun. We're going to try and find a couple of old gold mining huts and get a rip roaring fire and cook up a feed tonight. So let's go and have a look. Well guys, first track of the day, we're on Felled Timber Road Fire Trail, and we have come to a very steep hill, and it's very wet and it's all clay. So I'm going to engage the front and rear lockers in this one. I think we're going to start off in second gear low range and cross everything and see how we go. Here we go. Okay, so far so good. It's very slippery here. We're going absolutely nowhere. We'll bring that down the hill a little and try that again.
Should give Lance the two ways when I'm trying to taste it.
No, I'm just going to give Lance the two-way here. I might go back, just try one more time. I'll give you a two-way so you can talk to me.
Yeah.
And
I think if you can keep on, once you get to here,
yeah,
you're going to have to kind of follow that
track across.
No, you're going to, there's a natural rut there.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're going to have to try and kind of skid back up the hill.
Up the hill.
If you can get to here,
yeah,
again, and you want to set up, we could probably winch off beside the camera.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
To get you up to there.
Yep.
And then we can try again.
Yeah,
if you
all
want
right.
to give it a shot.
We'll give that a go. So
if you want to give it a shot, so we go back down and prep up for it.
Yep.
And put it in gear and just run down in reverse, mate.
Yeah.
Your wheel's pretty straight now. You're slightly turned to the right.
Yeah, I'm just sliding, mate.
Yeah, put it in reverse.
It is in reverse. Okay.
That's straight there, Rob. Just hold your door there. You go down a little bit on your right, on your steer. A little bit that right, that's it, hold it, that's it, that's straight there.
Alright, so we're just reversing down to the bottom. We're going to give that another go, but I'm pretty sure we are going to be winching. Oh, give that another go. Is she slippery? Oh, I think that's as far up this hill as I'm going to get, folks. My winch controller is out. Alright, so first time using the Warn on the D-Max. to go number 3 reset. Yeah, she's holding. Wow, this is a crazy hill. Clay. Zero traction. And I'm the first car, so we might be on this hill for a little while yet. Alright, bit of a drama here. Nick's cable has come off his drum, so it may be trying to swing Izzy around and see if we can winch him to the top that way. So not what we needed, but as I always say, all part of the adventure. Right, so we've decided the best course of action, because I can't really turn around up here, is I'm going to hook up to this tree. I'm going to reverse part way down the hill, hook my winch up, and hopefully pull the two of us to the top. That's the plan anyway. Yeah, got Ben coming up in the collie now. See how far he gets. Whoa! Little too much berries there, straight into that tree stump. Give the old X-Rock bar a bit of a nudge.
I'm not sure, just it hit pretty hard on the tree stump, so. Looks all good.
Well, this is becoming an all too familiar sight. Four-wheel drive at the end of a winch rope up a track that has absolutely no traction. So this is third car up. Still got to get the Hilux to the top now. Nick's got a busted winch. Yeah, and this is the first hill of the day. There are a lot more hills in this park. So we're repositioning the winch the more cars go up here, the slipperier it's getting. So this will be the last pull. We're on the flat, get Ben up, and then hopefully get the Hilux up and do it all again on the next hill. Truth, mate, this is too hard for an old bloke.
What?
I ain't talking to myself. I was saying, Lance, it's too hard for us old blokes.
Oh, you're not wrong. Too many times. There needs to be one camel.
Oh, mate, I'm absolutely knackered anyway. Going to grab these treads. They're still not at the top yet, but
When do they come out?
we're almost there. Look at it, look at this. Hey, a little bit soft.
Got the coffee machine.
Hey, he's got the coffee machine going. He's got a soy latte with a twist of lemon happening.
Ah, it's a little cappuccino, mate.
Little
It'd be
cappuccino.
nice.
Right. Hey? Jeez. Next we'll be ordering a croissant. We are at the top of hill number 1, about 2 hours into it. I thought we would have visited the hut by now. There's not a soul here that's not breathing heavy. I've gave myself a concussion with the fridge lid. Nick's broke his winch. And old Benny boy here tried to bulldoze a tree. Tree 1, Colorado 0.
Came out of nowhere.
So anyway, we've got another hill. Let's hope it's not a repeat. Doesn't look as bad as the one we just come up. Let's hope we can get on that, and then it's just a nice easy cruise down to Lederman's hut if we can find it. Righto guys, hill number 2. Gonna leave that rear locker in, I think, and I think we might just go second low, and hopefully we're just going to cruise to the top of this one, because I got stuff all left in the tank to do this again. Whoa, that's slippery. Okay,
To the top. Yep.
we're at the top.
T intersection here.
Look at that. Phew! That's a nice feeling.
I'm gonna let him know what's the truck's like.
All right, guys, it's slippery, but you're pretty well okay. Just keep a little bit of right boot in it. You'll be all right. Watch the trees. Hey, puncher or roll it off the bead?
It's fucking completely off the bead, mate. Use that one. Give that a new div. Might need a ratchet strap around it as well.
Oh, look at that. What have you done, Nick?
Done myself a
Hey?
mischief.
This is what happens when you drink drive with a cappuccino soy latte with a twist of lemon in it.
Go up the hill, bud.
Well, the dramas keep on going, trying to get this tyre back on the bead. We've just worked out he's staked the bloody sidewall now. Well, he staked the sidewall before, so gonna go down and get the ARB Speedy Seal kit out, and we'll try and throw some plugs into it, because his spare is undersized and it's just a road tyre, so we'll see how we go with plugging it.
Dog.
Go right in.
Yep.
More dramas.
Get in the camp.
Got the bead back on. Plugging the sidewall, and found it's got multiple sidewall punches, so even though the spare's technically not the same size, we don't have an option but to whack it on. We're still getting ourselves sorted here. Nick's spare is his his OE spare, and the diameter of the tyre is way too small. So we're going to drop our brand new Federal out the back of Izzy.
Thanks, Izzy.
And put it onto Nick's D-Max. So Federal tyres, save the day. On Lederman's fire trail now, and I believe there is an old, I don't know if it's an old miner's hut or an old cattleman's hut. It's one of the two, down at the end of this track. So we're going, that's, holy dooly. So, can you pick my kidney up? It's on the floor. So the plan here, well, the plan was for morning tea at Lederman's. It's now a late lunch. So we weren't expecting the hill from hell, nor were we expecting Nick to roll the bead and stake the tyre, not on just on the outside, but also on the inside. So he'd done a real number on that. But we are hoping that we can find this this little cattleman's hut. We'll pull up there for half an hour or so, have a couple of sausage rolls out of the what's that oven called?
Road chef.
Out of our road chef, and then after that we're going to try, and there's another old hut which I believe is a mining hut down at Licking Hole, so find that, and there's apparently some old gold sluices and stuff along the river. So that's the plan. Where we're going to camp, I don't know yet. We'll work that out as the day gets on, but I was hoping to be in camp at about 2:30, so it's 1:20 now, so it doesn't leave us a lot of time. So who knows, there's a camp area down, I believe, at Licking Hole, so we'll see if that's big enough for the 4 vehicles. Anyway, we'll see you down, hopefully, at this little hut. Well guys, we found it, Lederman's hut. This is us for lunch. Let's go and have a look.
Hey, I found my heart again. You were standing there, you bravely let
Yeah,
me
home sweet home.
I could wait a million years or more until you came knocking at my door. It's hard to be, it's hard
Sharon.
to be this real. We can play our favorite song, dancing to it all night long. With you I feel
How cool is this? I'm finding old joints like that. We've even got a beer fridge. No beer there. Right. I reckon this is us for lunch, so I'm going to go get some sausage rolls out of the road chef, and might sit down here and have some lunch. Might put a jumper on though, a wee bit chilly. Oh, what a cool little spot, eh? Now Lederman's hut here, I believe, was an old cattleman's hut, so they used to run cattle in through here long before it became a national park, and it's had a few additions. It's got a hot water system, it's got a shower out the back, so it was obviously used for quite a while. Got a slow combustion stove and a fireplace, and I tell you what, you'd bloody need that fireplace out here in winter. Today it's all part of the Abercrombie River National Park, so no cattle in here anymore, but we're left with cool little huts like this that we can visit, and yeah, I mean, you're not supposed to stay in them, but if you get caught out here in really bad weather, and it does snow up on the higher peaks out here, I guess rolling your swag out in there would make for a pretty good night's sleep.
Playing any games. Oh, oh, oh.
So we've come to the little hut that, forgot the name of this joint now. Oh, Licking Hole, how did I forget that? And it's absolutely putrid. Some grubs have left a whole heap of shit. We're going to clean that up before we go. But we're just going to have a look to see whether we can drive around to the hut. And oh, it looks like we can. Oh, we absolutely can. And I reckon we might set up camp there for the day. We're at the old Licking Hole hut now, and this is us for tonight. We're going to set up right by the river, and then we'll go and check out everyone's camp setups, and we'll see how well ours works, because we haven't camped out of Izzy yet. Happy to be at the Licking Hole there? Here, he's my hero, because where'd you go, mate? Don't run away. Show the folks what he bought. Look at that. Some dead man's fingers. Nothing's going to go on around this campfire tonight. Well, just about set up. Just knocking up some dinner. Going to do a chicken hot pot tonight. Got to say, I'm missing old Hop just a bit. We're not quite as organised in Izzy yet, but we will get there. Just browning the chicken, and I'll show you what we're doing with this. So we're back to swagging it under the awning. We did buy a awning wall, one of the Ironman awning walls that we used to use on Hop all the time. We had to buy a new one to suit the 2-metre awning. And I forgot to close a window this morning, and it fell out at the Macca's drive-thru, and I got a call on the way here that they had my package. Luckily it was still in the box, and it still had my name and phone number on it. So anyway, we've got the gazebo up. We're going to get some dinner on. We've got the fire started, crack a couple of coldies, and we'll go around and we'll have a look at everyone's setup. Next over here, we've got the cappuccino set going. Hey, a little bit fancy, folks.
G'day, g'day.
What's happening over here? What are we doing for dinner?
Making a red wine beef roast with some roasted veggies as well.
That sounds a bit fancy.
Just peel the veggies and then we'll throw them in the camp oven on the fire.
You got the Motop rooftop going, mate. What do you think of that?
I still yet to do a review. So we got that last year before Fraser. So we did a trip around, did SA out back in New South Wales in the swag. After 10,000 Ks, like nut. Packing the swag up for good. So yeah, upgraded to the Motop. Did Fraser Islands and done a couple of trips since then. And
you rate it?
Yeah, 100%.
Righto, so well underway now. Chicken's nice and brown. I've got some onion, garlic, some sliced what do they call that fancy bacon stuff?
Prosciutto.
Yeah, that stuff. We've got some tinned potatoes. I'm an absolute believer in these since the last trip. I'm going to chuck them in juice and oil because this is a hot pot. We've got some chook stock. I've also got some green beans to go in, but I'm going to put them in toward the end. Now we need a little bit of brown sugar in this. And, I don't know, a couple of teaspoons. And then some diced tomatoes. And we had some basil. Does basil go in now or basil go in later? Basil goes in now. But we'll give that a bit of a stir. Come and have a look at this. And the good thing about doing a hot pot is you can go sit around the fire and drink beer while it cooks. How good's that? Can't do that in a barbecue. Be back in a sec. Right, I got some basil here. We've just chopped this at home, and we're going to throw that in. And I'm in a bit of strife, folks, because the potatoes weren't supposed to go in the hot pot. Were they, Neen? Neen's going like this behind the camera. They were supposed to be done in some garlic and butter. But you know what? They're going to be great. Trust me, they're going to be great. We got Benny over here.
How you going?
Just look at your setup, mate. What's happening?
No, it's just pretty basic. It's my Colorado, the 2009 model. It's a full GT Works canopy. There's not a lot to it. I've got my hydroflame there. I've dropped down fridge side, just a small Waco 40. Swag, yeah, keep it nice and simple. Okay, so we just got the King's 12-volt box and the Kick-Ass 125 amp hour battery. So it's all pretty nice and simple. And travel buddy. Okay, so on this side I've recently got myself a new puppy, so I've just finished building this for the doggy. But I'm running a ARB single compressor here with a 2-litre tank. That's it, and that's hardwired into the second battery. Recently I put e-lockers in front and rear.
How you find those, mate?
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
They're a game changer, aren't they?
Completely different car to drive, especially the IFS. It gets a good wheel lift every now and then, so
That's the way.
yeah, a lot of fun to drive.
All right, mate. Good to have you along.
Thank you for having
I reckon
me.
it's time to have a beer down by the fire. What do you reckon?
Sure is.
That's not a blower. This is a blower. No, it's not about the size, it's how you use it, alright?
Alright guys, we've always wanted to do this. We're going to try the old Swedish Log. So we've got the chainsaws out.
So next time we go away, Rob, all we need is one of these things.
One of those logs. With this we got the Roman candle and the Swedish Log. And over here we got the Natoli bonfire. How's that roast going, Nick?
It's going. Gotta get some coal, have lots of filters.
Look at this. How good's that? Chicken hot pot and char grilled asparagus. Time to go sit by the fire. Just down at Silent Creek now, and this is the biggest campground in Abercrombie, perfect for groups, and right by the water. Got a long drop lure up the back, and this is where we were going to camp last night, but we had all those dramas early in the day on that first hill, and then Nick's tyre, so it sort of put us behind. So we ended up at that little hut down at Licking Hole, which was pretty good, but there's absolutely no facilities down there, no loos or anything. So if you are going to camp down there, make sure you take the shovel and take the dunny paper. But give you a quick look around Silent Creek before we head off on the big climb out, and then my favourite part of the trip, finishing off at the pub. More dramas, guys. Looks like, well, we're thinking he's done a hub, possibly an axle, on the Colorado. So we're back out on the tools. All right, just about to head off. We think we've got the Colorado all sorted. He actually snapped a CV and done a locking hub on the front passenger side. We think it was from that first hill yesterday morning when he hit that log. He hit it pretty hard. So he's essentially a three-wheel drive vehicle now. He's going to have to put his locker on to get up some really big hills, including Little Bald Hill, which is, as I've already told you, the steepest four-wheel drive track in New South Wales. So fingers crossed Benny can get it to the top in three-wheel drive. I think he'll be right. If worst comes to worst, we'll hook up a couple of straps and do a bit of a daisy chain to the top. Well, looks like the dilemmas are just going to keep on rolling, because we just did that little creek crossing and Nick had absolutely no drive to his front wheels whatsoever, so we're not even sure what the CVs look okay. We're not even sure. It could be a front diff, but we've got some really steep hills to get out of here, and yeah, and the day's getting away. So I don't know, we're going to check out each track as we come to it and see if we can find a shortcut, because as cool as it would be to do Little Ball Hill today, I don't think Nick's going to make it to the top, and we're
right to move one. Does anyone have a scan tool?
you're throwing up lights.
Throw up no RPM level or something like that, or PM level.
Well, there you go. Nick's throwing up.
I'm moving now, but yeah, driving an engine right before about 12 now.
Nick's throwing up some lights. So anyway, we'll do what we can do.
We'll try an engine code because it's having problems with the electronics of the front diff or something.
Try and find the way out. Not making it any easier. The sun is right in our eyes as we're coming up these switchbacks now.
You want to just hook the strap up, Nick? Yeah, because I'm going to get out of your RPM when you drive, eh? Is it going in the link, mate? Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. This is not sounding great at all. Sounds like Nick's D-Max might have just thrown itself into limp mode.
Yeah, well.
So I'm just going to get up here on the flat, and I guess Blake will hook a strap up again and try and drag him up, and I don't know if there's an easier way out of this joint. What's happened? CV?
I think so.
Which one do you reckon it is, Nick?
I reckon it's the right one.
All right, not too sure what's going on there. We've just locked the hubs again, put it back into 4-wheel drive, and we'll continue on and see what happens, mate. A big clunk coming up that hill. Alright, we've just hit a wild uphill section. I think the only way we're going to get up this is to daisy chain 3 vehicles together. So we're going to put Blake out in front. Just hang here, make sure Nick can get across this creek, and then we'll hook us all up. Yeah, I was thinking I'll get ready to come backwards, mate. Alright, looks like this is going to be an interesting one, guys.
gone.
Well, here we go, folks. Daisy chain to the top of the mountain. And the second low, got the rear locker in. It's a wild looking hill, this is a little bald hill. Hill, which is one of the steepest four-wheel drive tracks. Yeah, I know. Wow, this is a absolute mission. We're still going. Crazy ride. Camera's got up in there. I got Nick on the back and we're doing a little ball hill at the moment. I've got both lockers engaged, just second low. We unhooked from the Hilux because the Hilux was developing some clicking noises under load. So now it's all up to Izzy. And we've got a few little ruts and bits and pieces, but we seem to be going okay so far. Oh, go Izzy, you good thing. What a rig. She's getting some respect now. Alright, just getting out to have a look now at the call on the radio saying this looks pretty hectic, which is never something you want to hear when you've got broken vehicles. And what goes up must come down, and by the look of it, it is about to go down. Oh, this is looking, oh, that's ridiculous. That is massive. So this hill in front of us here is pretty ridiculous. Although in saying that, it looks like after we get this climb here, oh, it's wet clay, guys. It's wet clay. It's not straight up though. No, it comes up and levels out. Wow, this is no, not really. Although there's a big spoon drain here. So if we get up this, then you've got a spoon drain and then you've got a second hill. The downhill's steeper than the uphill. Yeah, I think so. Righto. All right, so we're gonna send Ben down and then up the other side and see how that goes. The downhill's insane. All right, well, let's see how Benny goes on this. Alright guys, so we've got no option but to do this insane hill that is in front of us. So we're just sending Blake down now, and then I'm going to go down and move up a little, and then you'll probably hear an audible gasp from Neen in just a moment when we can actually see over the bonnet. Here we go. I can't even see there at the bottom. And down we go. So this is a big ass hill, folks. Big ass hill. So just going down first slow, a little bit of brake, rear locker on. Yeah, bring it down, mate. I've just gone to the top to give you a little bit of room if you run away. Well, we are well and truly under lights now, guys. But I think we've passed the worst of it. And Izzy has certainly redeemed herself this weekend. We've still got Nick in tow, pulling him up these hills. She's chugging along like a little champion. And shouldn't be too far now till we hit the blacktop. Can let Nick drive under his own steam in two-wheel drive straight to the Taralga pub, and that boy owes me a beer.
Go Izzy!
So we've just had to reverse back, probably a good 50 metres. Nick's got stuck on a spoon drain, so I think we might just leave him set up.
Yeah.
All right, mate. You want to just stay set up, hooked up, Nick? Did you want to stay hooked up or what?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, definitely a good thing we stayed hooked up, mate.
For sure.
Well and truly dark now. We've just unhooked all the straps and we're close to the road, so we're going to get to that pub after all. Well folks, we thought this trip was over and we were on our way home, but not quite. So luckily we hung around with Nick because he had some dramas when he was airing up with the tyre having a bit of shit in the bead, and the rim that he borrowed off me yesterday morning, obviously the nuts weren't right and it sheared all the wheel nuts, and now we are stuck on the side of the Abercrombie Highway. This is the dilemma, ladies and gentlemen, and there ain't no fixing this one. It's tow truck time. It's been a hell of a weekend for you, Nick.
Later that evening.
Finally made it to the Taralga pub. It's about 20 to 8, and not the circumstances I wanted to come and have a beer, because we're here to try and organise a tow truck. Well guys, here we are finally at the Taralga Hotel, enjoying that schooner that I've been hanging for about 6 hours now, I think. And Nick's D-Max is still on the side of the highway. We're going to worry about it tomorrow. We're going to have a meal, and then we're going to head on home. But you know the drill. If you like what we do, smash that subscribe button, and we will catch you all somewhere on the next episode of We Went That Away Adventures. Cheers guys. And I'm with this mob of unruly people, and we're going to go check it out. It was shit. Didn't like that. Well, g'day travellers, and welcome back to another episode. And we're out in the Abercrombie National Park, and we're going to have a crack at copying. Everyone's a critic. Everyone's a critic. Are you right there? You right there? Oh, look at this, mate. Jesus, professionals. Running lockers on the Colorado, Ben?
Yeah, mate, running twin Harrow air lockers, front and rear.
Well guys, here we are having a cold one, finally at the Taralga Hotel, and what a weekend it's been. Nick's D-Max is still sitting on the side of the D-Way. And you know the drill. If you like what we do, smash that subscribe.
Los orangutanes hacen lo que digo, yo soy